This channel is proudly sponsored by Bybit, the official crypto partner of Red Bull's Formula 1 team. I've been using their platform for my personal crypto savings over the last few months, and when they got in touch to support the channel, I was super excited. Currently, they're offering you guys a special new promo for the first 100 of you to deposit $10 or more onto the platform. You'll get another $10 free. Also, 5 lucky winners will get their initial deposit doubled up to $1,000. That means if you deposited $1,000 onto the platform using my codes below, you could be within a chance to get another $1,000 completely free. We've seen the landscape around crypto drastically change over the last couple of years, and I genuinely believe it holds an important place in our future. However, please be careful as always when trading, as you are liable to lose money. But if you're interested and you're 18 or older, click the link down below to get started and see why Red Bull and myself, as well as thousands of others, trust Bybit as their crypto. Hello everyone and welcome back guys to our second F1 2022 race, where today we're here at a very soggy COTA. A bit like the first one, of course. As always, we are limited with how much footage we can show you guys. So today, we're going to be racing in the Haas car of Kevin Magnussen around the Circuit of the Americas in some very slippery conditions. Of course, this is still a work-in-progress version of the game, so things like steering wheels and everything like that aren't quite finalised just yet. But of course, once more, a massive thank you to EA and Codemasters for sending me out an early copy of the game to play for you guys. If you're not already, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well. We've got plenty more F1 22 content on the way. Well, here we are then on the grid, ready for our second normal F1 2022 video. A massive thank you to all of you guys for the support on the first. Of course, if you missed the race for Amy Miller, definitely recommend going back and checking out. It was pretty carnage, I think, is probably the only way we can describe that one, but certainly well worth a watch. But here today then, driving as Kevin Magnussen, of course, Haas Home Grand Prix here at the Circuit of the Americas. I thought we'd do a last question mark challenge for this one as well. The cockpit cam in the heavy rain there. 4K, of course, RTX 3090 being pushed to its limits, ready for this race. But of course, as always, we've got the all-new formation lap, and we will see you guys, hopefully, this time around, I can get a better job of starting the car, or at least lining it up. Heading in towards the final corner then, can we try and nail this start, or at least nail the formation lap ending here at COTA? Of course, a very short run out of the final corner up towards our grid slot off the racing line is certainly not going to help us either. And of course, with the halo, actually very difficult to try and spot our marker. Not bad though, better than we did last time around. Didn't quite get an optimal one, but we're pretty good and ready to go then. Here at the US Grand Prix, I'm definitely going to need to concentrate on this start. 5 red lights, no hold whatsoever, but it is lights out, and away we go then, as immediately the spray just hits you in the visor there as we head down towards turn 1. No heroics in towards the first corner. In fact, we'll actually have a look to the outside of a couple of cars. There's some debris being kicked up already. I could not tell you if I was given a million years whose front wing that was off the start. In fact, now, already we can start seeing a few cars up the road just a bit all over the place as we head down in towards the S's on this opening lap. We got yellow flags out. I think it's a Mercedes that might have some issues here. And look at this, just free places everywhere. Daniel Ricciardo going really slowly though. What is happening at the start of this US Grand Prix then? We've got a huge train of cars all trying to make up places, as I think, I'm not too sure who it is there as all. Lance Stroll, it's very close to our front wing. This is something else, you know. Definitely something I want to consider doing more of on F1 2022 is racing in cockpit cam, but it is super scary there, as again we'll have a look up the inside of Latifi. Try and put the power down in first gear is never going to happen off corner exit there, but we have survived the start of the USGP, and I don't know whether it was more carnage or less than Imola, but it was certainly interesting as the TP is going to come straight back at me down the back straight. We are running a super high aero setup, but we will say thank you very much. Oh, another big kick of oversteer though on exit, but we do claim the place. I'm still trying to work out who is causing this huge train there. I think it might be Yuki Tsunoda in the Alpha Tarius. I feel like the AI might be 2-3 wide there up the road. There's just cars everywhere in towards the final couple of corners. It looks like COTA might be just as chaos as Imola was a couple of days ago. Vettel and Tsunoda into the pits then at the end of lap 1 as we go up the inside of Seb's teammate Lance Stroll. So at the end of the first lap then, we have picked up 5 spots there by virtue of some carnage. Mark pretty happy with that, but telling me I need to utilise some energy. Next up, both McLarens. There's someone having a look back at the inside there. That's Latifi again. The Canadian definitely wants to try and get in the videos. I think it was Charles Leclerc setting the pace then at the end of lap 2, as we're just trying to stick with Daniel Ricciardo and really just sort of trying to test the water, and literally and metaphorically in that sense there, because there is exactly no grip here at COTA, but we round the final corner. You can see still wheel spinning in 5th and 6th gear there as we try and get a run up to the line.
Throughout the session, heavy rain conditions to remain right on through to the end.
Well, there we go. Mark just warning me the weather is not going to get any better, so we won't have to make a stop for tyres though today. Of course, these wets will definitely make it right the way through the 14 laps. But Mick Schumacher, I think, is now at the front of this train, so fingers crossed he can keep holding people up as we head through the S's. So cool in Cockpit Cam. I was going to do a video in VR, but it's a lot of other people have already done so. However, very much considering doing a VR career mode. Might be one of sort of like my sub-series. Oh, you can just see out the final corner there. You think you've found some grip. 3.6 to Mick up the road there, but you think you've found the grip, and then immediately again the car just tries to over-rotate on you. But we need to start trying to make progress here. We cannot look at the back of the Australian Daniel Ricciardo all day. Again there, just back end trying to rotate around, but we're just not allowing it at the moment. Trying to explore some different lines here, and here we go around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo. Not quite any grip there. Might try and go for a cheeky send up the inside of the Australian down into here. One of my favourite overtaking places at COTA, and Ricciardo, not a fan of that one. There's a tiny bit of contact made between myself and the Australian.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
A robust move, but will we ever expect anything different from K-Mag? I don't think so. Well, we are finding more and more pace as each lap goes by, so at least we're sort of learning a lot more about the game as well. They're right on the adhesion and limits of... right on the limit of adhesion, even I should say there. I can still formulate sentences sometimes. It's difficult trying to drive and talk at the same time there, but Lando Norris super slow through the S section there, and we'll go right around the outside of the McLaren there. Second McLaren overtaken in about 2.5 laps. We're getting closer and closer to that top 10 there. Mick Schumacher separating K-Mag and some points in this Grand Prix. I'm sure the fans would like to see either Haas score, but I want to be the one to do so. Definitely starting to get into the groove now with this car there, and this Haas is performing super well in these treacherous conditions as we try and put the power down out of the final corner. Oh, a little bit of a wriggle in 5th gear there, but we might be close enough to Bottas to have a bit of a send down towards turn 1 there. Don't want to make the move too early. Oh, Bottas, no, he was just never, ever going to give me the space there through turn 1. You can always tell with the AI driving style in towards a braking zone. If they're going to give you room, they move around slightly into the zone. If they don't, they're going for that apex whether you're on the inside or not. There's a F1 2022 hot tip for you. What they also don't tell you is, apparently, yeah, the AI really struggling through that corner. So we'll make another move. And actually then, I think get a little bit of a punt from Bottas in the rear. All over the back now of Pierre Gasly, who is applying pressure to our teammate Mick Schumacher. So maybe we can do our teammate a bit of a favour here and try and relieve some of that pressure. Up the inside of Pierre we go. Get it slowed down on the apex, and I don't actually think that time around there was any contact.
Good job.
Mark loving that as well, therefore so am I, but Zhou Guanyu 5-6 seconds up the road. So if we get past Mick, we might have a few laps of peace and quiet where we can just focus on driving and enjoying the game a little bit more. Not saying I don't love the battles, but sometimes it's just nice to get a couple of laps to kind of just see what the game, handling is like all by yourself there. As it's scary. That's what it's like. Big wriggle at the final corner again there, and you can just see it a whole lot more in Cockpit Cam. The work I'm having to do on the wheel. Now, equal machinery with the car in front should make this an interesting battle. As even through there, 5th and 6th gear still. The back end trying to fight it. That's just how difficult heavy rain is on F1 2022, and I've got to be honest, I don't really know sort of how the ground effects will affect that in wet conditions, because I don't think we've... No, Imola, I've watched these cars race around in wet conditions. How stupid am I at times? But anyway, all over the back of our teammate Mick Schumacher. Gonna have a look up the inside. Big move down at the end of the back straight. And it's all going to amount to nothing there. Just dropped it on the curbs and all those places we've made up over the last few laps. And it completely evaporate there. All the way back behind Daniel Ricciardo, who hopefully we're not going to sit behind for very long. Just got a bit overzealous on the loud pedal. That being said, we'll go back at the inside of the Australian. One of my more touring car moves. And 1 lap later, a bit of deja vu is all over the back of Lando Norris. Can we do the same moves to what we did to Ricciardo? We're going to make it very obvious very early. That's what we're going for. Get it slow down on the curb and try to avoid the sausage curbs on the exit. A bit of a sloppy move. But it has been navigated again there. We still want points in this race with 5 laps to go. Gasly and Valtteri Bottas still nose to tail here on lap 10 of 14. Are we going to be able to have a look up the inside of Valtteri? Of course, made the mistake when we looked up the inside of Schumacher. And not quite brave enough this time round, but still struggling on corner exit. Can we get a move on Bottas back down in towards turn 1? We're going to have a look up the inside. And there we go. Finally pulled off the move at turn 1 on Bottas. And are we going to see Gasly? He seems to be struggling a bit. He's not even matching Mick Schumacher's pace at this stage of the day. Priestley loving that though as we head down in towards the S's. I mean, we are running a hugely high downforce setup round here. And there we go. Around the outside of Pierre Gasly. Up into 11th once more, and the gap to Mick just under 4 seconds. 3 laps to do it. Let's just focus. Final lap of the race then here from Cotra, and we have now finally closed it to the back of our teammate Mick Schumacher. Once more in this GP. Are we now going to be able to get a run on our Haas teammate anywhere on this lap there to try and make the move? This has been such a fun and different race to do on F1 at 22, but loving it every single minute of this game so far. Definitely would recommend it. You know, if you're still on the fence about picking this game up, a very different experience to F1 at 2021 in my eyes. And of course, new cars, everything like that, a couple of new circuits as well. It's a no-brainer. Definitely overfueled the car though. We're going to blame Mark on that one, but really I think our best shot might be trying to have a look up the inside at the end of the back straight. We already tried it once on our teammate Mick Schumacher and it ended badly. Can we nail the run this time round there as we try and put the power down? 5th, 6th gear there on the short shift all the way through. But we are in the wheel tracks of our teammate here. Ground effect working away to try and keep us sucked to the road. But are we going to get close enough to have a look up the inside there? Not quite confident enough as all. Mick Schumacher actually makes a bit of a mistake down in towards the, well, almost a hairpin corner there. As we head in towards this final sector of the GP, Charles Leclerc has come through to win here at Cota, but we are still all over the back of our teammate in towards the final few turns of this US Grand Prix. Are we going to find anywhere else that we can possibly make a move there around the outside in through the Turkey S section? There's no grip out there to try anything on. That would have been the outrageous attempt that you would only expect K-Mag to make in real life Formula 1, almost doing a Danny Kvyat in towards the final corner though of the Grand Prix. Mick Schumacher again runs offline, but he's just got enough to hang on.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
A truly magnificent drive and a great performance from the entire team, securing victory here in Austin.
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari do it again.
got to be Kevin Magnussen. He displayed exceptional skill out on the track today and wasn't afraid to fight his way through the pack.
Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Well, there we are then, guys, the end of a very, very soggy US Grand Prix, but it is Charles Leclerc that takes home the win ahead of Max Verstappen there, who did get the fastest lap. Sainz, Perez, Russell make up your top 5 there, and yeah, we just couldn't. Oh no, apparently we did get past Mick in the end, so not sure exactly how we managed that there, but it is a point on the board at the end of the US Grand Prix. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very, very soon with one more F1 22 video. Formula 1 is finally back in 2022, and now you can rep your favourite teams. Of course, using the F1 store, every team now has merch lineups available, whether you're an Aston Martin fan, a Williams fan, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, the choice is completely up to you. But yeah, check out the F1 merch store down below for all the official releases from all of the teams. And of course, as always, if you use our links as well, you massively help support the channel. So yeah, give it a look and see if there's anything you like. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel members, so a massive thank you to all of the names you see on your screens currently for helping support the channel. You can join them by clicking the join button down below, and yeah, thank you once again to everyone that continues all the insane support on my work.